these two tools quietly charged a real user over $800 a month. The other one, a guy who'd used it loyally for 10 years, said he can't justify paying for it anymore. Today we're putting Zapier and ActiveCampaign side by side. The real pricing, the traps nobody warned you about, and what actual users are saying with their own money on the line. Stick around because the winner completely depends on one thing about your business, and most people get it backwards. Let's start with Zapier. Zapier has 4 tiers: free at $0 a month, professional starting at $29.99, team at $103.50, and enterprise where you have to call sales, which is never a good sign for your wallet. But here's the thing that trips everyone up. Zapier doesn't charge you by the app or by the user. It charges you by the task. And a task is every single action your automation runs. So one workflow that does 5 things, that's 5 tasks. Every single time it runs. Now here's where it gets expensive fast. On the free plan, Zapier only checks for new activity every 15 minutes. On professional, it's every 2 minutes, and you need the higher plans for it to feel instant. So the more responsive you want your automation, the more you pay. And the more it runs, the more tasks you burn. And this is not theoretical. A real user on Reddit posted that their bill jumped from $30 to $160 a month the moment they added a few more automations. Another one got hit with a bill north of $800. As one user put it plainly, Zapier is the easiest to learn and has a huge app library, but it gets expensive fast at scale. That's the Zapier story in one sentence. Incredibly easy to start, painful to scale. Now let's flip to ActiveCampaign. Completely different model. Their plans are starter at $15 a month, plus at $49, pro at $79, and enterprise at around $145. Looks cheaper than Zapier at first glance, right? Here's the catch. Zapier charges by the task. ActiveCampaign charges by the contact. That $15 starter price is for a small list. As your list grows, that number climbs. And it climbs quietly, in the background, while you're not looking. And there are 2 traps hiding inside that cheap-looking starter plan. First, the starter plan caps you at 5 actions per automation. 5. If you're building anything remotely serious, you'll hit that wall fast. Second, it's email only. The good stuff like SMS and lead scoring are paid add-ons stacked on top. And the contact-based pricing? Listen to this. A user who'd been with ActiveCampaign for a full decade, 10 years of loyalty, said that with his 14,000-person list, it's now hard to justify paying $350 a month. Another user in that same thread said it flat out. Why pay $350 a month for 14,000 contacts when most decent platforms do it for a fraction of that? That's ActiveCampaign's story. Cheap to start, but the price grows silently with your list. So which one should you actually pick? Here's the simple rule nobody tells you. If you have a small contact list but you run a lot of automations, Zapier is your winner. You're not paying for contacts you don't have. But if you have a large contact list and only a handful of simple automations, ActiveCampaign wins because you're not burning tasks every time something runs. Get this backwards, and you'll overpay by hundreds of dollars a month without even realizing it. The tool isn't the mistake. Choosing the wrong pricing model for your business, that's the mistake. So tell me in the comments, are you a small list heavy automation person or a big list simple setup person? That one answer decides which tool saves you money. Drop it below, and if this saved you from a surprise bill, subscribe, because next time we're breaking down another comparison that costs people way more than it should. See you in the next one.